guys, ever since I have given birth, I have gotten so many requests from you guys to talk about how I shed the baby weight and overall what I do to stay fit and healthy. So I've been meaning to film this video for so long. I actually did film it a couple months ago, and it was such a good video because I was on a roll and it felt so good to share with you guys my journey. And then I go to edit it and somehow I have deleted, I guess, the video was in a few files, and one of the files, the first file, is gone. So it's so sad when stuff like that happens, but I have nobody to blame but myself for being negligent. So anyhow, today I thought I will sit down and talk to you guys about it again, and this time I'll be very careful with the files and definitely will not be deleting them. So my journey with the pregnancy and how I got fit, that's what we're talking about today. Overall, if you followed my journey throughout the past couple years, I have had a very healthy pregnancy, no complications, which I think is important to mention. So because of that, I was able to stay active throughout my pregnancy, and I more or less ate the same. I think the only thing that my body kind of like didn't want was coffee, which is great because you're not supposed to have coffee for the first or second trimester. So that's kind of the only thing that, as far as like an adjustment that I made. And I craved a lot of sweets, which normally I could care less for sweets. I'm more of like a salty person. I love salty things and pickled things and things like that. And when I was pregnant, I was craving sweets every single day, multiple times a day. It's almost like after every meal I had to have something sweet, which was very out of character for me. But I tend to always listen to my body and not question it. I think personally that's kind of like my way always. I feel like the body has so much intelligence and it knows what it needs. So I tend to always follow its guidance without, like I said, questioning why do I crave it or whatever. I just kind of satisfy the craving and move on. Of course, it's important to say that you want to still do it in a balanced manner. So of course you want to make sure that you're not overeating or overindulging. And for me, that's always the thing. Like I know that, you know, as long as I have a little piece of whatever it is, I'll be fine. I don't go overboard. So you want to obviously watch yourself and do things in a balanced manner. So that was kind of my thing with eating. And as far as working out, like I said, I kept working out up until I think I was 38 weeks. I decided that I probably could have kept going with lighter things, but I kind of felt like, you know what, I'm almost done. I was really tired because I was going to beauty school full time and I was on my feet all day. So I just kind of decided that it was fine, it was enough, and I stopped at 38 weeks. But prior to that, of course, I worked out, I think about 3 to 4 times. I think it was closer to 3 times a week. And again, if you have a healthy pregnancy and you are okayed by your doctors or your midwives, I would highly recommend doing something active. And again, it doesn't have to be, you know, it can be just whatever you like. So as long as, I believe, as long as you're doing something active with your body, that is all that matters. Because for me, I was so tired, especially the first trimester, that if I didn't push myself to work out, by the end of the day I would have absolutely no energy, and all I would want to do was just lie down and sleep or whatever, rest. So what I would do is I would finish school, and then on my way home as I was driving, I was feeling so drowsy and so sleepy, and that was my only time to go to the gym, is after school. It was around like 4 p.m, 4:30 p.m. And so I would really push myself to go. Sometimes I would take like a 5 to 10 minute power nap in the car because I was so tired. But I would push myself regardless. I would go to the gym, and when I would leave the gym, I would work out probably 45 minutes to an hour, and I would do body weight exercises. So you could do like squats or lunges. Later into my pregnancy, I wasn't focusing so much on the legs. I was doing more upper body. Of course, abs as well. You can't really work out abs later into your pregnancy, probably shouldn't. Again, I'm not an expert, so with anything that I'm talking about today, you always want to do your own research and talk to your own doctors or midwives to confirm things, and it's very case by case. Your case might be very different from my experience. So anyhow, so like I said, I would go to the gym, and when I would leave the gym, it's like it would give me a second wave of energy. I would be just so much more happier and full of energy, and I was able to go home and make dinner and do all that and kind of get me through to the end of the day until I was finally able to go to sleep. So that's kind of a very short summary as far as what I was eating and working out. So now to talk about how I shed the baby weight. And honestly guys, I never even tried to do anything special. I just kind of continued with my normal lifestyle, which is eating healthy and being active. So as soon as I was able to work out, I think it was was like 8 weeks or like 2 months after I healed, I went back to the gym and I started to work out. And I think the most important thing is not to like over stress yourself and overthink things. If you have a healthy lifestyle, I believe that that will translate. So I think what also helped me is breastfeeding. I believe they say when you breastfeed, it helps to shed the weight. So I was breastfeeding for about 7 months, so I guess that also helped me. But to be honest with you guys, I didn't really gain that much to begin with. I think all that I gained was just like the baby and the fluids and everything that the baby comes with. So once I gave birth and the fluids and everything kind of left my body, I believe that I was kind of back to my normal weight, which to be honest with you, I never even weigh myself. I don't like stress about weight too much. To me, it's all about how the clothes fit. So if my clothes, like I've been the same size for many years, so if the clothes fit, I know that I'm the same weight, so I really could care less about the weight. And the only reason I knew how much I waited when I was pregnant was because of my midwives. I would go for the appointments and they had to weigh me every time I was there. So to be honest with you now, I don't even remember how much I weighed. I think I talked about it in my like labor delivery video, so I can go back there and remind myself, but I think I was like 135 or 140 maybe by the end. To be honest with you, I don't remember, so I don't want to lie. But yeah, and then previously to the being pregnant, I think I was like 125, so that's kind of like the weight difference. And now I think I am like, I don't even own a scale. I weighed myself last time at my parents a couple months ago, and I think I was like 121 or something like that. So I actually even lost more weight, which again, I never try to lose weight. I just kind of live my life. I don't overthink things. I don't stress too much. I think genes definitely have a lot to do with it, so I want to mention that for sure. But of course, your lifestyle is just as important. Like genes is one thing, but if you have a like terrible lifestyle and terrible eating habits and you don't exercise or are active, I don't care how great your genes are, you will be unhealthy or be carrying around maybe extra weight. So yes, genes and an active lifestyle and healthy eating habits kind of coexist together and create, you know, perfect weight for your body. So I think that's all I wanted to say about the pregnant, like how I shed the weight. Like I said, I didn't try to do anything different. I just ate what my body wanted. I think that's very important. That's another point I wanted to make about being in tune with your body, just like trying to really listen to what it needs. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I would like to have another chocolate bar. That's a craving. I'm talking more about just like really being in tune with your body and feeling like what it needs. So I don't know, I guess I naturally have that. I don't really know if it was developed or I just have it. So I think that helps me a lot because I always feel like, okay, I really need this, or my body really wants this. So I don't deprive myself. I believe in moderation always. I don't believe in deprivation. So if I want something, I'll have it, I'll enjoy it, and I'll be done with it. So I think that was all I wanted to talk about as far as shedding the pregnancy weight goes. Now to talk about in general what my diet is like, I eat pretty much whatever I want. So I eat gluten, like bread, I'll have that for breakfast, and I will have, like I said, I don't care for sweets, but if we're out or if it's someone's birthday or whatever and there's cake or, you know, cupcakes or whatever it is, I won't deprive myself. That's always been my thing. I don't believe in self-deprivation. I think you just want to, if you want something, have it a little bit and be done with it. I think when you restrict yourself is when you create like more of a desire to have something. That's just my personal opinion on it. So if I want to have something, I will have it, I will enjoy it and be done with it. Again, moderation is key. So you want to moderate yourself and make sure that you have a balanced diet. So overall, I do now eat poultry and seafood. I don't have red meat, and our diet, like our family's diet, is very high in vegetables. Fruits are of course great, but you always have to remember that fruit has natural sugar. Of course, it's much better than having processed sugar, but it still has sugar. So you want to have and enjoy fruit. It's full of vitamins and minerals and things like that and fiber, but you want to again moderate yourself. So vegetables, I guess I'm lucky because I really love and I crave veggies, especially recently it's been like broccoli and rapini and kale. I guess like I said, your body will be able to tell you what you need. So I tend to listen to what it it's telling me and feed more of that. Feed myself more of those things. So right now it's all the green vegetables. So yeah, so it's very high in vegetables, and then for carbs we'll have potatoes or sweet potatoes, grains, quinoa, lentils, like legumes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I always, with every like dinners especially, I will make sure that it's a balanced meal. So it has carbs, it has protein, and then it has lots of veggies. With most meals we'll have a side salad. I love cucumbers, tomatoes, and radishes is like my absolute favorite thing. So I like to have that with almost every meal depending on what we're having. And yeah, I think also it's important to try as much as you can to make your own meals at home. I cook 5 times a week, and then 2 times a week we'll do either takeout or we'll go out. And that's a very, very good way to ensure, you know, like you're eating healthy, because you know exactly what's on your plate. You know that, you know, you're buying the ingredients and you are making them, so you know exactly what goes into it. And making your own meals doesn't have to be complicated. There's a million and one recipes out there. Pinterest is great for inspiration, so if you don't know what to make, I usually go there. But what I've also done, and that helps me, is meal plan. So I will do it, I try to do it Sundays, but it doesn't always work out. So I do it usually on Mondays, and I go shopping. So I'll plan out our meals, and that is like a absolutely life-saving tip for me personally, because it just takes out the stress out of thinking what to make. I don't mind cooking. I don't even mind, I love shopping for groceries. What always gets me stressed is thinking of what to make. So if I do it once, I'm only stressed, or I'm only like kind of doing the work once, and then I just go and I get all the groceries that I need for that week, and then everything that I need is ready to go in the fridge. All I gotta do is take it out and prepare it. So that's that. I had another point that I wanted to talk about that kind of skipped my mind. It'll come back. So yes, that's a great tip. If you can, do your best to make your own meals, because it is the healthiest, period. So yes, we have pretty much no processed or packaged foods. So I think that's a very big one for a lot of people I know. For convenience sake or whatnot, you know, you tend to go for those frozen foods or packaged foods or whatever, and that's definitely not very healthy for you because it's highly processed. So I tend to eat a lot of whole foods, like I said, and that's really the key. And those two things, like making your own meals and having whole foods, kind of go hand in hand, because when you're making things from scratch, you are likely to go for whole foods. So if you can implement this change into your life, you're definitely going to benefit as far as your diet goes. So I tend to eat twice a day as far as like actual meals. So I'll have a breakfast, which is more like a lunch for me, because right now Adriana, I spend time with her in the mornings, and when I put her down for her nap, I'll have my breakfast / lunch kind of thing. It's usually depending on what time she wakes up and goes down for her nap. It's usually anywhere between like 10 to 12 o'clock. So I'll have that, and I'll usually have eggs, an omelet, or I'll make French toast. And if I have French toast, like I said, I don't deprive myself. I'll drizzle it with a little bit of maple syrup, and that's kind of my sweet satisfaction for the day. So that, and then I'll have some avocados sometimes. So that's kind of like my breakfast. And then during the day, I usually am so busy and I'm so bad, I don't always eat in the afternoons. So I do try to have maybe fruits or snacks, or maybe I'll have like, you know, cheese and crackers, which again is not the healthiest, but just something quick on the go. Or sometimes if there's some leftovers from the night before, I'll have that for lunch. But that's just more like a quick thing that I'll have later in the afternoon, which like probably after I put her down for her second nap, which is usually around like 4 or 5 p.m.-ish or so, sometimes earlier. So in that time frame also, I try and make our dinner earlier. If she goes down for a nap, I'll try to cook dinner earlier so that we can eat dinner earlier as well, because otherwise when I'm only able to make dinner when she's down for the night, which is around like her bedtime is around like 7:30, 7:45-ish. So, and to start dinner then it's very, very late. You're eating like way, way, way late. So now I try to make our meals in the afternoon if I can. So yeah, and then we'll have dinner after she goes down to sleep, like I said, which is like around, you know, between 7:30 and 8, sometime there. So like I said, that's pretty much as far as my diet goes. And with working out, I was able, like I said, mentioned before, I was able to work out 3 to 4 times a week. Before I got pregnant, I think it was like 2 to 3 times a week when I was pregnant. And now my schedule is so jam-packed. I feel really bad. In the past couple months, I actually haven't been able to work out as much. I try and squeeze in, even if it's like an at-home workout or just going for a walk with her or something active. I mean, I'm pretty much active all day long with Adriana, going up and down the stairs, and she's very heavy. She just turned 1 2 days ago, so she's a big heavy baby, so I'm carrying her around, and I feel like that is a workout in and of itself. But as far as an actual workout goes, yeah, I aim to go twice a week, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, if I can do twice a week right now with my schedule, I'm very happy and satisfied, because like I said, I have a pretty active lifestyle even apart from that, because you know, I'm always on my feet running around with her. Now she's crawling and we go for walks and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty much it. So to finish off the video, I just wanted to make one point, and that is about your attitude and your mindset overall. Number one, don't be so hard on yourself. And a lot of women out there, you know, you really criticize yourself and are so hard on yourself, and we all have to remember, us women, that we do so much for everybody else, that it is so important to carve out that time for yourself. Because you know, I know it feels like counterproductive or counteractive when you kind of go away and do something for yourself, but honestly, there's nothing more important than filling your own tank, so you have something to give from to your family, to your loved ones. If you're running on empty, then you know, you're gonna over time create resentments, and that isn't healthy, and that doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve your family. I think what makes a happy family, a happy husband and happy children is a mom who's happy and who is fulfilled and who is taking care of your own needs, is very important. So that's one point I wanted to make, to just but to finish off this video, is do something for yourself. It is crucial, and it is actually healthy for you and for your family, and don't feel bad about it, because like I said, fill your own tank, and then you have more to give from, and you're also setting a great example for your kids, to teach them that it is important to take care of your body. Our body is a vessel, it is our home here on planet Earth while we're here, and it is vital to take care of it. So again, to summarize, I think if you cut out sugar and you cut out processed foods and you incorporate being active into your lifestyle, it really is a no-brainer. I mean, I'm not saying anything absolutely new here, this is like really common sense stuff, but a lot of people, I find, just tend to kind of get stuck in their routines, and then they feel lost. But it really is, it doesn't have to be so complicated, so don't overthink it. Cut out sugar, cut out processed foods, go for whole foods, make your own meals, go to the gym or do something active. It can be tennis, swimming, biking, you name it. There's even dancing, taking dancing lessons, you know, whatever it is that you enjoy being active, do that a couple of times a week, and I guarantee you will see a difference. And then of course, taking care of your mind as well as the first step is number one, because that will kind of domino into everywhere else. So I don't want to make this video super long. I'm gonna stop talking right here. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, found it inspiring and beneficial, and if you did, make sure to share it with your friends and your family or anybody you know that might also benefit from the little reminders and the inspiration. Again, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate your support and your love, and I actually share on Instagram. If you don't follow me already, make sure to follow me. It's real_Leyla, yeah, because my account was hacked, so I had to change my username. But anyways, I'll put the link in the bottom bar. If you don't already follow me, I share a lot about what I eat and when I go to the gym and stuff like that on my Instagram stories, so make sure to follow me there to kind of see what I eat and stuff like that. And that's it. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!